And we are live. I don't even know what's going on. Did you see my t-shirt? Right. Something going on with my live here. There you go. Okay. Welcome. A good afternoon to you guys. I hope you can hear my fish tank and all. So this is us redoing A Letter to My Son, the second lesson, so that when it goes up on YouTube, it looks nice, it looks together. Hi, Jeza. Long time. So, yes, indeed, it is where we are today. And I'm waiting for the young lady to join us. But as usual, A Letter to My Son, this is the book that I wrote. And what I've been doing is I've started a series where I interview different people who have actually experienced, lived, and done the most according to the different lessons that are there in the book. So we are redoing lesson number 2, Never Assume, because the first time we did lesson 2, it was pouring, the network was terrible, and etc. But today, I think we got better network. Give me a thumbs up if it's better, if you can see me better. And while I wait for Vannesa, because Vannesa is the one we had an interview with, and I really, really thought it was important for us to redo the interview because there was some nuggets that she said that I really would love her to say again. So we're waiting for Vannesa to come. But while we wait for Vannesa to come, let me read an extract from lesson 2. Lesson 2 says, never assume that your past experience will automatically be helpful in the future. No matter how similar the circumstances, always ask for clarity and get understanding first. Assumptions make an ass of you and me. That's how you spell assume. Never assume Mwanango. Of course it says Mwanango because it's to my son. You will make a fool of yourself and the person you're projecting the assumption to. Never assume anyone is on your team or on your side. They will give you the laughs, the smiles, the hugs, but not all of them are genuine. Zino irema direct translation is the truth is a foolish thing. It shines in a smile even to someone that it hates. This is one of the worst assumptions you could ever have. No matter how awesome you are, it's not possible to be liked by everybody. Some wish the worst concerning you and hate everything about your success. They actually hate being around you. However, the reason they are around you is because they can use you to gain something or access someone. Not that you have done anything wrong to them. All you have done is breathe, and they don't like you. In most situations, they're envious of who you are and who you're becoming. They want to be you so bad and have failed. And she is here. Let me find her. There she is. And I'm waiting for her to join. Waiting for her to join. Yes. Today the sun is bright, everything. There's not even anything that's going to stop us from having an amazing interview. How are you today, Vannesa?
I'm amazing. How are you?
You are amazing. You've always been amazing. It's not like anything new at all.
My goodness. Well, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thanks. So let's get straight to business. Introduce yourself. You've done this before. We're going to do it again. Tell people who you are and what you've been up to and what you're all about.
And I still don't know how to introduce myself.
Let's
Guys,
try.
I am Vannesa. I'm Vannesa Chilimanzi. I'm a fashion, beauty, lifestyle blogger / influencer, business management degree holder. Yeah, I think that's what we need to know for now. That's what we need to know. That's who I am. Actually, I'm an author. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
I mean, that's it. You are an author. You're an awesome, awesome author. And you've written
Thank
a book,
you.
and that the book we're going to talk about it. And we did say we're going to do a book swap. The best thing that I can do is book
Yes.
swap. So, Vannesa,
Yes.
tell me, where did you grow up? Because you're now in South Africa. So, for those that don't know, Vannesa is a Zimbabwean who she grew up in Zimbabwe, but she then is now in South Africa, and that's where she is, where she runs her businesses. She is an influencer par excellence. She just played it down. She influences big brands, significant brands, and she has been doing the most. That's how she then got to write a book about how to influence, and especially being an African. And I love that you brought it home to influence as an African. So tell me a bit about yourself, where you grew up, and how you ended up being an influencer. How did you get there?
Okay, so a bit about my background. I
Yes.
grew up in Harare. I'm a Gogo's child. I grew up with my
Oh.
grandmom in Harare, and that was like part of my primary school. And then for high school, I attended Petra for like three
Mm-hmm.
years. And then for the remainder of my high school, for the last 3 years, I was at Girls College. Both schools are in Bulawayo. And I lived between, well, during my high school years, I lived between Zimbabwe and Botswana because
Right.
my parents were in Botswana. I was in school in Bulawayo. So, guys, if my phone pops off again, just know this tripod is hating.
We are you. It's okay. It's okay.
Anyway, so that was my upbringing. So yeah, after I finished high school, I decided I was going to, guys, you know what? Wait, hold up. Let me fix this.
Hold up. She's gonna fix this, because you see, never assume that your things are working until they are working.
Exactly. This tripod really just wants to pop out. And
And
anyway,
yes,
let's see. Hopefully for now, it'll stay together.
yes. Okay.
So,
There you
and
go.
it
We are
happened.
used to it. We are not even
But
phased
we
by this
shouldn't be
tripod.
getting used to it. We shouldn't be getting used to this. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
jeez.
No, do you know why I get
I
used
need a
to
new
it?
technician or
It's
something.
because you're yourself. There's no, I'm not even going to assume the interview is going to be perfect. I know that anything can happen on this interview. So I never assume things are going to work out as they're supposed to work out.
Well, I hope I can get it to work. Let me put it back in my cover. Hopefully it can hold.
Okay, do you want me for your sake to start this again?
It's okay. Don't worry.
Really? Okay.
Don't worry. We're good. If it gives me problems, I'll call my brother or something. Or something.
Okay, we were at girls' college, and then you finished at girls' college, and then what happened?
Yes. And then I decided I was going to move to South Africa. I moved to
Okay.
Cape Town and I lived there for 3 years, moved
Uh-huh.
back to Zimbabwe. And then while I was in Zimbabwe, actually, this is a funny story. Listen to me telling you my life story.
Tell
So,
me.
this is what then
Tell me.
happens when I moved back to Zim. Jackie Mugido had just started Volt Cosmetics,
Yeah.
and I was looking for a job then. I never used to wear makeup. I never used to do my hair. I never used to do fashion. And I think at this time I was like 23, 24.
Right.
So I see them advertising that they're looking for people to train to do makeup. And I thought, hey, let's go. I mean, I've always been a girl who jumps at an opportunity. So I went and I trained with them. And then after training with them, I got a formal job. So I left them. But then I decided, I'm like, I've got talent. Why am I sitting on it? I opened my own makeup studio.
What?
And yeah, I opened my own makeup studio. It didn't go that far because this is the part where last time I was telling you, I really didn't know that many people. I wasn't really interacting with a lot of people. Also,
Right.
considering I had grown up between Harare, Gaborone, and Bulawayo, I
Right.
didn't really have full connections with people. So
Okay.
it didn't go far, and I decided to let it go. And I continued with work. And then what then happened is I decided my whole family is in Joburg. why not move? Because Zim was just getting hectic. And then when I got here, I had been home for, I think, for a little over 2 or 3 months, and I was getting bored of sitting at. I don't like being idle. So while I was chilling, that's when I came across blogging, and I decided, why not just try it? But even then, I just went into it because I had realized I loved makeup, I loved fashion, and I just thought, let me write about it. So it started off as me just taking pictures, you guys. If I tell you the little phone I used to use then, that's why now when I hear people complaining about, I can't do this because I don't have the camera, I'm like, girl, you don't want to know what phone I was using.
You did everything on a little phone.
Girl, it was so small, and it was just so basic. It was so basic. There was nothing to it. And I would abuse my brother. I would force him to take pictures of me.
Right?
And yeah, that's just basically how it started. I started it as a hobby, and then yeah, that's around 2015. That's when I officially launched my blog on the 2nd of December. And then from there, it's just been one of those. I started learning, I started reaching out to other people on the internet, researching, and I decided to just take it seriously from there, and we are here today.
Now let's go back to your little phone, because I really want you to take that phone back back to these people and actually influence their brand, because who you are today is because of that little phone. You gave it a chance, it gave you a chance, and here you are. So are you saying, because a lot of people assume, which is the reason for this conversation, never assume. A lot of people assume that you need specific things to start, because you started a makeup studio that didn't work. You just said, okay, you know what, this is not working, let me try again. What gave you that jump to say, you know what, this failed, let me try again? Because a lot of people, when they fail, they'll be like, hey, woe is me, the Lord. What made you say, now I'm moving from this to that?
I think it mostly has to do with the person I am. It's just who I am.
Yeah.
I fail. I know there's always something else I can try. And also, I've learned you can learn anything in life. And I say this because one thing I always tell people, if you look at my website, you are complimenting my website. If I tell you that I developed that website from scratch using YouTube, I believe you can learn anything. And
from YouTube, you're saying how brilliant your website is, how it's so synced to all your social media, the color, everything. No, you didn't pay someone to do that. You did it yourself.
I did it myself. I did everything myself. What I have paid for is I pay for my hosting.
Right.
And that's it. I pay for hosting, for my emails. Otherwise, to develop my site, I learned from YouTube. And over the years, I've always made it better. So I really I get touched normally when people say, oh, influencers, and they associate influencers with being dumb, with being blessies and stuff like that. And I'm like, you don't know what's in this world.
You are a self-blesser. You're blessing yourself with knowledge.
Dude, I can be pretty, but I can code, you know?
So you can code. Vannesa, you learned coding from online.
I learned, but it's not, okay, let me say that the coding, I know basic coding. I wouldn't say I can compete with people who have gone to do a degree in it or whatever.
Okay.
But when I want something, I go for it. I mean, nothing in my life has ever been handed to me. So I think I've just learned from that. If I want something, I go for it. And we've got ample time to learn different things in life. Why not use the time wisely?
And especially during lockdown. And people are just Netflixing. I mean, the whole 45 minutes you watched a series, you could have been learning something and growing yourself from it. Now, let's talk about how this influencer thing started, because in all honesty, every one of us is trying to be an influencer. We all want to get the brands that you have. You have big, big brands. And I want people to go and look at your Instagram and some to go onto your website and see that you are pushing big brands. The last time I was telling you, I went and bought Lux because of this Lux shot you did in your bathroom. I'm like, I can be led that like Vannesa. I am going to get Lux. So how do you get to be an influencer? I mean, how do they even find you?
I don't know. That's the truth. I don't know. But okay, what I try and do is each brand that reaches out to me, I always ask them like, how did you come across my name? Or
Right.
how did you find most of them find me on Instagram. Some
Okay.
of them have found my blog, but blogs
Uh-huh.
are really not so. Is
Right.
Did I pause? What happened here?
You had almost paused, but we are back. I'm worried about your
So
arm.
I know I'm trying to hold this thing. I'm scared it will come off.
How? Oh, let's try. If it comes off, it comes off. If your hand is
No,
sore, tell me. We don't want your hand to break.
you know what? Let me tell you, I feel like calling my little sister and telling her, hold this phone. I mean, what are the joys of being an older sister, aren't they?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
wait, let me try to hold it myself. But anyway, so here is what happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was I? What were we talking about?
We're talking about how you get to be an influencer and how they find you.
Okay, so most people find me on Instagram. Common knowledge is that brands, agencies, they do most of their research on Instagram because that's where
Right.
most influence partnerships take place. So they find me through there. And word of advice, like now, most of them will find you through Reels because
Right.
Instagram is out Reels to a large audience. Most of them will just discover you through Reels. So yeah, that's how most of them have found me. Some of them, actually, my very first paid partnership, the
Uh-huh.
girl was just a normal person I used to talk to on Instagram. Like she would
Right.
DM and comment and have like a huge chat or whatever. So sometimes they come to your page and they comment, they talk to you. They're trying to get a feel of who you are and how you interact with people. And she liked how we talked. And we had been talking for months. I didn't even know who she was
Right.
until the campaign. And she was just like, I sent your name in because I just thought you would be a great fit for this. I'm like, how? Why? She's like, no, you just seem like a really nice person from chatting to you and stuff, and you would represent our brand well. So it pays off to be a decent person.
Does it? Because some people are just rude and horrible. So you were telling me in the first one, in the first conversation that we had, that you actually invest if you want to push a brand and interact with it. Please tell us how you do that, and like give me an example of what you've done for products that you have done that for.
Yep. It's like any business, hey? Influencing is a full on business.
Right.
So, like, you invest into your business, and this is part
Mm-hmm.
of investing. Uh, Besides attending events, networking, connecting with other people on the platform, that's another side to it. Invest in the
Mm-hmm.
products, in the brands. Like I said the last time, brands are like people.
Right.
Brands know that you are actually committed to them before they can just put money in your pockets. Let me give you this
Wow.
analogy.
Come
Like
on now.
every girl,
Yes.
can I go deeper? Like
Go deeper. Go deeper, prophetess. Go deeper.
girl, it's like these girls these days, girls be talking about what is it called, bay allowance. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
you are not just gonna rock up to somebody and be, you're my nigga, if we need bay allowance. Girl, you invest in a relationship the same way you
Uh-huh.
invest in a relationship with the brand, darling.
Yes.
You are going to spend, you're going to be committed to this brand and then go for the kill. I sound like such a player. Jeez.
Wait, so you're basically saying if I want to push, let's say, Lux, like we already know you're pushing Lux, I go to the supermarket, I of course sniff through Lux, pick the one that identifies with me, take it home, be creative around, and I'm assuming this is what you do, be creative around it, and then you take a picture.
Yes. So the whole process for me is that I first of all I identify the brands that I would like. Sorry. Because so if you can hear me, please be kind enough
Now
to
we can,
drop a
okay,
comment or
so
something.
I don't even know whose internet it is. I can't call out mine because I'm pushing the brand. You know what I mean? Could be mine, could be yours.
No, it's okay. Put them out. Honey, please.
So you say this is what you do. Let's start from there. What do you do with your, I stack books. You should be smart. Stack books, then put the camera there, and then that's it. That's what I did.
My table is too far from me, and if I have to move there, that means I must move my ring light, I must move my plugs and everything, and baby
Okay,
girl.
fine. Okay, as long as your hand is okay. So what do you do with the brand?
Okay, so first off, I figure out what brands I would like to work with, right?
Yeah,
I also just look through their products and see like if I haven't used their products before, then I go and buy their products. What helps is that try and buy the latest of their products. I say this
yeah,
because when you buy the latest, whenever a brand launches a product, they've got a specific hashtag they're using. Basically, you can use this hashtag to follow all the content that is being posted around that. And from a brand's perspective, they get to see the people who are posting their work, their content, and they also choose influencers to work with from that hashtag as well.
okay.
So get the latest of their products if you can. Um, don't be pressured if you're still starting out, guys. You don't need to be pressured. Hey, you don't have to, because I never used to do this like when I started as well. So do that, create your content. You know what, life is just happening, and then my sister walks in.
And then she should bring all the things you want. She should bring things that will help you work. That's what she should just do.
And
Because you're working right now. You're in the middle of a job.
like honestly. But
Mm.
anywho, so you create your content, you post your content, try and use their hashtags, push it out. The main thing is you're trying to get as much engagement as you can on that post. Because
Okay.
ultimately, you're going to reach out to this brand, ask for a partnership, and you're going to send them the clips of whether it's a video or pictures that you have posted. Send them the engagement analytics as well, so that they see that your audience actually responds to this content, they respond to their brand.
Yeah.
Because in all, you want money from the brand wants clients, which ultimately means they will also make money out of your following. So give them something to show them that these are the people interested in your brand and they are responsive, they will purchase. So you're giving them a guarantee to say the money they're giving you, they will get it back.
But Vanessa, I think, you know, a lot of people tell us that social media is your numbers. The bigger your numbers, if you're in your 20,000s or whatever, us, the little ones with 8,000 people, we are told, you know, you're nobody. So don't even try and push for brands. Is that the truth?
That's not true. Personally, I believe that the moment you have at least 1,000 followers, girl, you've got
Right.
influence. The thing
Really?
is, everyone has influence. And when brands work with you, they are not just looking for numbers.
Okay.
There are instances where brands want to push a product to a mass following. But depending on a brand's strategy, that's not always the case.
Okay.
Sometimes you need to focus on your images, focus on your editing, like how good is your quality, how you interact with people. It's a lot of things at play. It's not just numbers. I got my first paid partnership when I had 3,200 followers.
Only?
Exactly, I only had 3,200. That was my first paid partnership. Otherwise, I had others before where it was just like trade exchanges. I was getting shoes, I was getting bags, I was getting clothes, and all these things. But you can get money from as little as like 1,000.
So, do they also check who follows you? Because, do you know, I've been trying, and I'm going to put my personal life out there. I've been trying to push brands, and I think I'm a very influential person. That I only have
Oh,
8,000 is also beyond me. Like, why are people not following me? Can they respect me and push that follow button? Anyway, so I'm like, you know, there are brands that that would say, no, we don't want you because of your numbers. Your numbers are too low. Would rather go with so and so. They've got bigger numbers. But you're like, what is that? And you're telling me today that numbers don't matter. It's about what it is that you're putting out there, basically.
it depends on the brand strategy. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes there was a launch it was the year before last year when
Yeah.
Zara launched their online store in South Africa.
Uh-huh.
campaign that campaign wasn't really about what kind of content, how good are you with your pictures or with your interaction with your audience. It was about, we want as many people as we can to know that we are launching our online store. So
Okay.
they used a lot of influencers, and it didn't matter if you had 100,000 followers, 100,000 followers, or you had 1,000 followers. They took a different range of influencers and they were just give the word out. Whereas there are other brands that have a niche market that they are targeting.
Okay.
And those type will go for someone who's actually also got a very specific niche. If,
Mm-hmm.
let's say, for she wanted to advertise a new range of clothes for a working 24-year-old to 35-year-old working professional woman, they would go
Yeah.
on Instagram and literally search bloggers and influencers who have that very same specific niche. They are not now going to go and look for, let's say, a guy who does makeup. They're going to look for
Okay.
someone who is specifically in that niche market. So it depends on each brand's strategy. It's not every time a brand is going to come and work with me or work with the next person.
Okay, so you were basically saying that even I, as an influencer, I need to know for sure. Like, I need to sit down with myself and decide which path I'm taking, which brands do I want to take under my wing if they do approach me, and what it is that I'm going to do for this brand. So it's not just hocus pocus. There's actually thought that goes into this particular process.
Exactly. There's a lot of thought that goes into it. And even when you start blogging, guys, like, I mean, if you're looking to go into any industry, this is why I say people don't respect the creatives. If someone wanted to start a business, if you wanted to start any business, let's say it's construction business, you are going to do all the research you can in order for
Right.
you to negate risk, right?
Yeah.
Why is it think of being an influencer? You think you're just going to open an Instagram account and then DM Vannesa and say, Vannesa, please, I need help. Why don't you do your own research? You have to do research. You have to plan, know what you're going into. If you're going into blogging, what type of blogging do you want to do? I mean, I understand over time it may change. Over time, you can, like me now, I started off specifically just doing fashion. Now I incorporate some beauty, which is more
And
skincare. You'll know
lifestyle.
exactly, and lifestyle. So over time, you grow and you change your content and you grow with your audience. But when you're starting out, it's actually very important for you to know which niche you're going to be serving, what value are you giving to people, because that's what makes you really stand out anyway.
So I mean, like this, the content we're pushing today, never assume. I think we've all been caught with our pants down, assuming it's so easy. And then when I look, like I've told you before, I'll be on your Instagram in the terraces. Of course, you see my likes. And now I'm going
Yeah.
to start commenting because I realize that comments also help with your influencing. But I'm like, how does she think of that? Do you actually sit down, look at a product, and be like, okay, stay soft. Huh? Hey, what am I gonna do? Is that what you're gonna do? Is that what you do, or you're just like, where does the inspiration come from to say this is what I'm gonna do with this product?
First of all, inspiration comes from the brands. So
Okay.
you have study the brand. Go and look through the brand's Instagram, kind of familiarize with the type of content they post. And then also look at what other influencers are posting. For me, this is what really works. I'm always looking at other influencers' pages and just trying to see if someone uses the product. There's that save button on this app. Use it.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
me save inspiration, and that's where I get most of my inspiration from. It helps to just stay connected with what's happening on the social media streets. So yeah,
So you
that's
then
about.
after you've done all this, Vannesa, you went and decided you're an authority in Africa to influence, and you decided to write a book. What brought about you writing this particular book?
Well, first of all, see, I had a problem when I started blogging.
Okay.
The problem, I could reach out. I reached out to some African influencers. Back then, it was still blogging. We didn't really know about influencing and stuff. So I reached out to some other people that I knew, I thought I knew in the industry, but people I knew from Instagram. And people wouldn't really, like, they were not responsive. That was my issue. And I really wanted to learn from someone who was doing it in Africa. It's different learning from someone who is in America or in Europe. It's a different playing field, honestly. But
Absolutely.
I ended up just seeking my inspiration from them, applying whatever I read or saw them doing into my own work. And I just thought, you know what? When I wrote the book, I had realized people came to me with questions, a lot of questions about
Mhm.
blogging. At a point, it's at a specific point, people were crazy about my feed, and I pride myself, in making.
Of course, you should.
I have this preset that I just restarted using it again like a few days ago. A lot of people really love it. It's like dreamy and very girly, and there's something very calm about it, and it's so
Right.
clean. So when I initially started using it, people were crazy about my feed. Everyone was posting about my feed. And then it brought a lot of traffic into my DMs, and people were now asking, how do you take your pictures? How do you edit them? And then it came to, you still blog in this day and age where everyone says, people don't read. How did you even start that? How can I start that? How can I be an influencer? And I decided, you know what, guys, instead of me answering all the time in my DM, let me try and do like a blog series.
Okay.
So I would write blog posts, and I realized, okay, people were actually responsive. And I thought, you know what, this is all the knowledge I'm giving people. Mind you, over the years, I have paid for so many courses to do with social media, social
Right.
media marketing, digital and blogging and stuff. So I thought, you know what, I would love to be nice. I am a nice person. I would love to give information, but I might as well monetize it. That's how I got to the idea of writing a book. It was out of, wanting to help someone else who needed to ask questions and wasn't getting answers from anyone around. And also, I needed to monetize my knowledge.
Well, so what's
Yeah.
the name of the book? Where do we find it? How much is it? And tell us more about this book because for me, like the reason why I'm doing a book swap is I know I can do better with my platforms and I'm just being a ridiculous human being, really.
Ma'am, you need to do better. Okay.
So what's the name of your book and where do we find it?
So the book is called Influencer Guide. And excuse me, and you can get it on Kindle, and you can
Uh-huh.
also get it on Code. You can either DM, email me, or I don't know if you're in South Africa and you want to do an e-wallet, DM or email me, and I'll be able to send it to you. Also, for those who want to purchase it from my website, even though from my website you will be directed to Gumroad. If you go
Okay.
through my website, get a 50 Rand discount on it. The book is originally 150. But if you go through my website, you get a 50 Rand off. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. And it's not that's it. Is there a second one coming? Because there's a lot that you're teaching us today that people didn't even know about. Because you know what? I've decided I'm not pulling down the other one that had so many hiccups. Because in that hiccupful one, there are things you disclosed. So I'm going to force people to go and watch the one before and then they can watch. Because in that one, she even disclosed how much you can get per post. If you missed it, you have to go and watch the whole thing before, and then we bring to this one. So let's talk about my favorite thing. And I love the way you use your hands. These days I'm not using mine because lockdown has caused mine to not have anything,
Oh,
including nails. So tell me,
I
you have an accessory range, and we did launch on the 29th. Woo woo. Thank you.
yeah,
And
girl.
then also nails. How did that come about? Because you're not stopping, you're influencing, and you still open more streams of income. Why are you not stopping? Why nails and accessories?
I'm not stopping because, like I said earlier, I hate the fact that people think pretty girls are dumb and stupid and waiting for things to be handed to them. That's why.
Okay.
That's why I'm not stopping.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I with the accessories, it's just something I would say it wasn't really planned also. It seems like my life is never planned, but things just work out.
But when they work out, you then plan in them, right?
Exactly,
Oh,
exactly.
please do this so they see the accessories. Come on, do this. Oh, pretty girl. Anyway, tell us about this that you didn't plan that then happened.
So what did happen is since I was a little child, I really just wanted to have like a clothing line. Like I've wanted to have a clothing line. I learned to sew clothes from my grandmom, from my mom's sisters, and everyone around me, basically. So from then, I used to make clothes for my doll stuff, and I really just loved clothes. So in my older years, I decided I really want to own a clothing line, which I am certainly going to, but then it
Right.
needs a lot. The way I want it, it needs a lot of money to go into it. So
Uh-huh.
instead of starting very small, which is it's not a problem, I then just decided let me do accessories because it's something I love as well. It's something that people have seen me like talk about. I'm always wearing earrings, I'm always in necklaces, rings and stuff. So I thought it's still something that could work and it's working. And then when it comes to the nails was, it's a business out of the pandemic, guys. I
Yeah,
needed to make
really? What
money.
happened?
Um, so what happened with the nails is that we went into lockdown, the initial lockdown last year, and my nails not
Yeah.
done. And I've been getting my nails since I was 24. I've been getting my
Wow.
nails done. I won't tell you how old I am now because, darling, I'm 25 forever. But anyway,
Me, I brag about my age because I don't look it.
I know I don't look mine either, but people are always like surprised when I tell them.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, what happened is that yeah, my nails were not done. A lot of people like were just talking about, oh, how are we gonna do our nails and stuff. And I just decided, you know what? I've always watched these videos of like American girls talking about press-on nails and they're doing businesses and stuff. Why not just try it? So I took the little money that I had and I placed an order on Amazon. I bought some stuff. Also, I made a trip to China Mall here and I
Yeah.
bought some stuff, started learning. So I would learn from guys, YouTube. YouTube is my teacher. So I learned from YouTube how to do different designs and everything. And that's how it all started. It's still getting off the ground right now, but it's my little baby that I love.
University of YouTube is actually making everything work. So what are you doing with these accessories? You what do you do? How do you order the VC accessories? Like how do I interact with your product?
So at the moment, I've only got them available on Instagram, on VC accessories only, not yet integrated on my website. Still trying to
Okay.
figure out how to incorporate a shop into my website. But you can
Okay.
basically order. If you're in Zim, I send some to my aunt's pharmacy in Bree. So she's got a pharmacy there, and I send some so she can stock there. And also, there are a lot of runner girls on Instagram who place orders for their clients in Zim, the funny thing is, I'm actually getting clients from around Africa, and this is the beauty of the internet, you know? So a
Wow.
lot of doing this whole runner business, you can order from any of them, and yeah, you just order on Instagram DM.
So, Vanessa, so that's all you do. You are pushing the VC brand. It's getting bigger and it's getting more vicious, and it's becoming, for me, it's a household name. Like, can you see the glasses you're drinking? What are you even drinking? Do you know you made me want to go and buy a glass mug the other day when I saw you posting. I don't know what you were doing with the mug or making coffee. Now it's some glass
I
that looks like
I need
amarula.
I buy you some. I'm promising you now that I'm going to buy you some because I have bought these for a lot of people. I don't know. I love things. There's no hiding that. I love nice things. So it just tastes different. It's coffee.
Yeah, well, that looks like amarula. So, so Vanessa, you also are pushing perfumes. You're pushing clothes. You're pushing cosmetics. You're pushing lippies. Do you feel bound by these products? Do you feel like your life is no longer what it is, because you have to live up to the brands that you've pushed?
Nope. Personally, I don't think that's the case. To an extent, to a very small extent, yes. But
Okay.
I've only ever worked with brands that align with who I am. It's not more about me aligning with them because once a brand comes to me, they've already seen that I align with them. It's now
Hmm.
in my hands to decide, do I really, get along with this brand? Is it going to change me in any way? No. So I really don't feel like my life is controlled by the brands I work with. No, I don't work with any brand I don't believe in, I don't trust in, that doesn't align with my personal brand. So no.
So you have turned down brands before.
I won.
What
One.
had
Yes.
happened? Why did you turn it down?
Okay, so the thing is, I like to think of myself as I'm not in corporate because I like to have control of the things
Okay.
I do. I understand when I work with brands, yes, there are contracts and there are things that are expected of me. But if a brand asks me to say and tell people a specific thing, That's a no for me. Because
Okay.
before I work with you, I'm going to at least try your products. And if I like them and they did a good job for me, I am going to talk about them. But if you're just going to tell me we want to work with you, this is what we want you to tell the people, that's a no from me. I'm not going to just tell people this, this, and that and make it seem like it's my own words. Mm-mm.
Hmm. I
So
hear
yeah, it
you
was a
because I recently turned down a brand called they're like, and you know what was most heartbreaking for me is the agency that was picking who picked me to push the brand was saying, why do you care? You just get your money and you do your post. I'm like, I care because I'm the truth. And when I tell people, I know, right? And I'm like, when I tell people I believe in this brand, I will take the hits for the brand and I will stand by the brand. So, and I'm actually ashamed that you were saying, why do you care? And it's like, yeah, because we got in touch with other personalities and all they were asking was, how much do I get per post? I'm like, that's not me. I am the whole 360. I want to know if people have a complaint and if I complain, I send them to you, what are you going to do? Because my name is attached to that brand. And I applaud
exactly.
you for being a woman of integrity because people who just take anything for the sake of money and forget what it will do for their brand.
They are people who do that, but what you need to realize is that without your audience, you can't make that money. You're getting
Yeah,
money because of the
come
people
on.
following you. Once you
Yeah.
mislead, they lose trust in you. So imagine that the next brand you're going to push, no one is going to respond because now that I've pushed a foundation that made everyone get acne.
Okay.
And then what? Like you
And then
really
what?
have to, yeah, you
So
have to
there's a
be a person.
question here from D2R underscore MTM says, how does COVID disrupt your supply chain? He should also know that most of your businesses were enhanced by COVID. So please let him know how your supply chain, whether it's disrupted or it's actually taken a lip and a bound.
Actually, for now, I would say it's actually not disrupted. I think the first few days, the first few weeks of lockdown, when we were like on level 5 and we couldn't do deliveries and stuff, that's when things were hectic. But besides that, everything is actually normal because I can still go to my couriers and send things to people. Not really disrupted at the moment, no.
At all. And I remember in our last conversation, which I do encourage people to go and watch, although it has a lot of hiccups, you mentioned that the people you hang around with, because in the passage I read, it says that there are some people who stick around you because they know what they can get or what they can access. How do you ensure that the people who surround you are genuine and true?
I do friendship audits.
How do
I'm
you
a
audit
person.
that?
No, like, you know what? I spend lots of time by myself. I'm a very self-sufficient person. I enjoy my own company. So when I let people into my space, you need to be something special. The
Okay.
moment I feel you disturb peace, if you disturb my peace and we are just not on that level, the energy is just not there anymore. I don't entertain people who drag me down or people who are just there for clout or whatever. Because like I said the last time, it's very, very important to keep people who push you, people who encourage you, people who have your back, whether it's friends or the people you're actually dating, family included. Because also something I told you guys when it came to the whole friends thing is the fact that personally almost my whole family except like my sister and my brother, almost no one understands what I do. Nobody understands this influencer thing. So having that support group of people who can stand by you, people who try and make an effort to understand what you do, it's very crucial. You can't just take any and every person for the sake of networking. I must have a group of networking friends. Mm-mm. I just don't see life that way. For me, it's very different. And also, I guess it's the fact that I grew up not being a person who keeps a lot of friends.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm very comfortable keeping 3 to 5 friends. I'm fine if we are good. If we are not, I understand that everything has a season, even friendships themselves. I look at friendships like my romantic relationships. You date someone for a specific time. Maybe they were meant for you for just that specific time. You are friends with someone for a specific time. Maybe they were just meant for that part of your life. Whereas there are some people who are meant to be there for the long run. I've got a friend that I've had since I was 23. That's the longest friend I had.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a friend that I had a friend, a girl that I was friends with since I was grade 6. And our friendship ended about 4 or 5 years ago. As much as it hurt, it was just one of those, we are at different levels of our lives. We're just not really clicking anymore. We are just not there. We don't have to force a friendship. If you can't understand what I'm doing and you don't make an effort to understand and you want to, now I'm just putting my business out there. But the issue was that, people don't understand the whole influencer work. It's very
True.
unconventional. And
Mm-hmm.
when you tell people about it, it's all judgment that comes your way. So that's exactly what I felt with this specific person. We grew up together, we went to school together and everything. But somehow now, all of a sudden, you're going to try and make me feel less than because when now you are going 8 to 5 to your work and you think because you've got an office, you are high up here, CC, I will cut you off. So, anyway, that was the case. And
so it's not necessarily because you know what, like I say, people are there for a season and a reason. Some are there
yes.
just for a reason, others for a season, others are there for a lifetime, of course. And then there are other, like you're saying, there are the people we meet through networking and people who are there to connect you to your next breakthrough. But I
You
really
guys,
like that you said,
greatness.
yes, because deep calls unto deep. And when the depth has changed, goodbye. So I'm afraid. I'm afraid to start my own line. Like, what do you have to tell me about apparel or accessories? What would you say to me? Because when you started your own thing, were you not afraid to just like no one's gonna buy, who knows me, what etc. So what would you tell somebody like me who is still, should I do it? Shouldn't I do it?
Why are you scared to do it? First of all, why are you scared?
I am not sure because it's
You're
untapped territory, I guess. Never done it before. But then
okay.
again, what have
Well,
I ever done that? What have I ever not done that has been done before? Yeah, okay. I think I need to. I don't know. I
serious
don't
side
know.
eye, no, but I just think you know what we all we all get scared. We all feel like, what do I have to offer that the next person doesn't? But I believe that you attract your tribe. You attract whatever is meant for you. Whoever and whatever is meant for you will always find you. So you just have to go for it. If you don't, you will never know if it will be a success or not. You're always going to live in regret. So you just have to take
Absolutely.
it.
Okay,
You
I'm
really
gonna
just
take
have to.
this question. Although I'm not sure if it's correct. The second part, they're asking about inventory control. In as much as I heard you, I'm gonna do it. I'll let you know outside this call what I want to do. It says, how do you optimize it? I'm sure that's it.
How do I optimize what?
Inventory control.
How do I optimize my inventory control?
Yep. Your product, I'm sure. Like how much product. I guess he needs to ask it again, but like
Okay.
eh iyoyo inventory control product yaunogara nayo kubuda kwayo, how you keep and make sure that you always have supply.
So what I do is I never have a lot of everything. I try to make sure my brand is exclusive in a way.
Okay.
I don't want everyone the same thing. Like the last time I told you, my aim is to make it a luxury African brand. And I don't want everyone to have the same thing. So when I order my earrings, I do not order 100 at a time. I order a specific number that works for me and my clients. And also, I take notice every single time I launch something. I take notice of what was the first earring, or what were the first sets of rings to be sold. That way, I know what people are gravitating towards. So next time, I know to get a little more of that, but I never get a whole lot of stuff. It's more about just getting to know your clients, I would say, and keeping a
Okay.
close eye on your. You just really have to be hands on, know your business inside and out. And it doesn't matter, even if it's very, very small, like mine is, I still try and make sure every single thing is accounted for. Maybe that's the business management side of me that comes into play, but I keep
Yeah,
track
that,
of
I guess
everything.
that's the chikoro that you went to do that's now sneaking up on you. And I think D2R underscore MTN has really a lot of questions because they're asking about your pricing points and etc. So now I think outside influencing, you now need how to start and run a business, online
How?
business.
Oh, I'm
That's the book.
drafting that. Is
I want royalties. I want royalties. You heard it first. The book is right here. It's being, because a lot of people do have these questions. And, he's even asking, do you have a reward system? And, it's important for you to, I think this is how books are birthed. And then I actually got another idea of a book here from Never Assume. I even like the 40
yes.
plus lessons of life and success. I now have, like, I realized the things I left out telling him. So of course, there's a second edition coming to
Yes,
that.
please.
Um,
Yes,
so
please.
do so do you have a reward system and you have your pricing point?
Okay, so my pricing point, I range from 100 rand to like
Okay.
500. At the at the moment, we are ranging between that because I'm trying to make sure everyone can afford it. But
Okay.
I'm sure as the business grows, price points change. And then when it comes to rewards, I don't quite have rewards right now. What I do have is every single purchase over 300 Rand, excluding delivery fees, comes with a free package. And in this free package, it depends on what you've bought. So I will have like some necklaces, some earrings, some rings. If you've bought earrings, you're most likely going to get a free pair of earrings. If you buy a necklace, you're most probably, but not all the time, I might have new products that I want to push with my next launch. So I will probably give you, a taste of what's to come in your free package. So that's about what I'm doing for now, and I'm just giving Chanel vibes to the people.
Yay! So tell me, what did you launch on the 29th of January? What products did you bring to the market?
So I put earrings. I've got some necklaces. Actually, yeah,
Uh-huh.
it was necklaces and earrings. And it was more of the high end, elegant type of, feel. It wasn't the best launch because
Okay.
we're in a pandemic, and the accessories are more for when you're going out, your dinners, your events and stuff. So those really, it really isn't a train smash, but it wasn't a very intelligent or clever launch, if you get what I
Well,
mean.
I love that about you. I love that you tell yourself the truth, that Apawaka Baiza, like this was an offside, my guy, but nonetheless, we'll always come back. And sometimes it's okay. The domino effect will make sense later on why you did it now. So don't, so what are they? Are they gold, silver, white gold? Are they pearls? What metal
There-
or material is it?
There's some rose gold. There
Okay.
is don't know what to call this metal. There's like this really nice, expensive looking
It's like
metal.
copperish, like goldish.
Yes, but
Okay.
mostly rose. There's some emerald earrings. It's all very luxe and very posh, if you get what I
Okay.
mean. But and I
Can we
tend to
also
go for
can,
mostly
can we
gold.
also have can I input? Can we have birthstones products as
Oh,
well?
that's a conversation to have with my supplier.
You
It's
should tell
worth
your
it's worth
supplier.
exploring.
It is because I know, although my stone is not the most expensive stone, I know
Mhm.
September's are tanzanite, they're emeralds, they're also, so there'll be a high range, low range, but I know that the energy that comes with your birthstone, mine is topaz, yellow and blue topaz. So
Okay.
November's, we would want to wear our birthstone as well. So maybe you should also, have a conversation since we are all going very spiritual and we are being rooted.
Yes, we are finding
Mm,
ourselves.
yes.
No, that's a good idea, hey? Thanks for that. Dude, you're making me money. Look at you.
Well, Vanessa, I know that I took a lot of your time, but I want you to just give us one of your most what to watch out for 2021, and also just nuggets of wisdom because you're so wise. And if you must, you should follow her across all social medias, and you would love having a conversation with her. So go.
So let's say 2021. I think the one thing I'm really looking forward to is that ebook on how to start your first business because I feel like I've started so many and I've learned a thing or two now. So that's one thing I'm really looking forward to. I can't put a date to it because it's something I just started like towards the end of last year, something that I'm still working on. And what wisdom can I share today? All of a sudden, I just went blank. I
Okay, while
mean,
you're blank, I know you're so
I
smart.
think what I
Okay,
would
wait.
say,
Before you give us a nugget, someone said since your business, one of your businesses was
uh-huh.
birthed out of the necessity of lockdown missions, was it financial reasons or legacy building? Does it affect your long-term goals?
So basically, it was a bit of both. Financial reasons, because blogging is my main source of income.
Okay.
And when we went into remember the first 6 months, and I don't know, people find it so weird when I share this, but I believe in being authentic and telling my truth.
Yeah.
When we locked down, brands shut down. You can imagine you're in lockdown. No one is thinking about, oh, am I going to pair my white skirt with my black top and my pink shoes? Nobody cared about that. No one cared about lip gloss. No one cared about foundation. So that meant my work was stagnant. So imagine for those 6 months, your girl had no income. All the campaigns were canceled, sis. So being the person I am, and I mean, I stay at home, so and my dad is very generous. I don't have to ask her she eats. So, but I've always felt that I need to be able to do things for myself. As much as anyone can give it to me, I need to be able to do it for myself. So I decided, you know what? This is something that can put money in my pocket. And it's something that also just links into the VC brand seamlessly. It's still beauty, it's still part of just being feminine. So both. It was a bit of both. And no, it does not affect my legacy. I intend on carrying this out. Hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully I can continue with this as I continue with VC accessories and then incorporate the VC basics, which is the clothing part of it. But to say it's easy, I won't lie, it's not very easy. There's a reason why people go to study certain things. I've learned a lot from YouTube, but still, I respect every nail technician out there. It's
Come
not an
on.
easy job to do nails. It's not an easy job to develop a website. But out of need and want, knowing what you want basically will make you learn everything and anything you need.
Vannesa, you are wise. And the reason why I also brought you out here is I think you are not celebrated enough. You are doing the most. You're putting Zimbabwe, your birth country, on the map. We don't want Zimbabweans. I say this year is the year we stop only celebrating when you break out there. We should just celebrate you way before you become a force, because you are becoming a force in this continent. People know you, people love you, people are reading your book. And it's an honor for me that you would come to my platform twice in 1 week, and share with us. So what are your social media handles and where do we find you?
Okay, so social media handles, it's all at V Chilimanzi. That's VChilimanzi. That's on Twitter and Instagram. I'm not really active on any other social platform, and you can get on my blog on vchilimanzi.com. Talk about branding. V Chilimanzi, everything.
V Chili, baby.
So,
So everywhere V Chilimanzi, you find her across all social medias. You find her. There's one curious gentleman who likes you, wants to find out if you're single or you're in a relationship.
who's that?
Someone here. There's a question from King_Kelly90.
First of all, let me just say chicken. But yes, I'm in a relationship with a very loving gentleman. A gentleman that I'm crazy about.
Oh wow, she's blushing.
I am happy in a relationship, guys.
So okay, so we hope you wear your brand when you settle. Well, hi T-Base, I miss you too. T-Base and I work together at ZFM, and I haven't seen him in years. And he says, I love T-Base too, and he says keep representing. And yeah, no, the answer is there. Everyone is asking answer. Yes, she's in a relationship, Ibo, with a gentleman, and she's happy and she's blushing. And you should see her Twitter feed. It's annoying. She's always talking about him. So if you followed her across all her social medias, you'd know that she's taken. Vannesa,
wow.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, V. I'm honored. And please, the book, she's based in South Africa, but she's Zimbabwean based in South Africa. The book is online. Please go and find it. It's an eBook for now. She'll do hard copies in the future. So Google the girl. The book will definitely come out. Yeah?
And girl, unlike every other, you know what? Now I'm just taking up time. In my DMs, I talk to a lot of people. And a lot of girls are saying that influencers don't respond, influencers don't talk to us or whatever. But I like to believe I'm a different influencer. I talk to my audience. So if you do have questions, the worst I could do to you is give you a link to my website if you ask me a question. That's the worst I could do.
Oh, no, humans should normalize reading. We are authors. Eh? If you don't buy our book, how are we going to make money? They should go read our books.
I mean, they should. Actually, you know what? Your sister needs to send me that book. Like, honestly, I need to get it like this week.
She's there. I'll send you her number just now, and she'll send it to you. She probably will. I'll tell her you should just pay for courier ship, but you know what I mean.
I will, actually. I will. This has been amazing. You have no idea how honored I am. Also, my boyfriend was
so honored.
Yes, he was happy about the whole. He was like, "You're going to be talking to Sokostina, especially the first time." I'm sure he thinks I'm a big dog now. I mean, I must be the man in that relationship now. I mean, I talked to Sokostina, y'all. I mean,
girl, you're overplaying this. Sokostina is only coming back now. She's been dormant for 2 years, but the force in me was not allowing me to remain dormant.
Exactly, and we are very happy that you're getting better, getting back to your normal self.
Thank you, Mommy.
And yeah, I'm really grateful. Actually, This has been amazing. You've exposed me to an audience in Zimbabwe that I really couldn't reach on my own because I don't know. I've really been in South Africa for a while, so most of my audience is here. Grateful for this, and I love you for this, hun. I thank
Yeah, so
you.
everybody, this will be also posted on my YouTube. It only has 12 subscribers, so go and like my YouTube, go and watch this on YouTube. And next week, yes, next week, Wednesday, we are back again. Wednesday is the day because I love Wednesday. It's midweek. People they'll be halfway through exhaustion, looking forward to weekend, so they need to pick me up. So that's why I pick Wednesday evening. So thank you so much, Vannesa. And I'm sure Divas Inc. that is on this post are going to find you and also put you in their magazine because they are amazing. Divas Inc. is amazing.
I need to do a second article with them. I've done one before, but it's been years. We need to do another one.
PG, I don't know why you're laughing. 12 subscribers is a lot of subscribers. Look for Sogostina on YouTube, Ghost, and just subscribe. You know, you don't even have to watch my videos. All you have to do is subscribe to the videos. It's a real thing. So bye, Vannesa. I'm going to let you go now.
Thank you so much.
All right, sweetie. So there you have it, guys. Bye. There you have it, Vannesa. Absolutely amazing young woman who's taking over the accessories, the fashion, the beauty industry, and she's one to watch out for. So see you on Wednesday. We're jumping to lesson 12, and lesson 12 is about making a vision board. And all the people I've spoken to before, Plot, where I spoke to lesson 1, Vannesa lesson 2, every one of them has a vision board. So you need your vision board. You need to make sure that you do better and focus and grow. So until Wednesday, I love you and thank you. Mask up, sanitize, social distance, and remember, Corona is real. So protect those you love and yourself. Have a good Sunday.